Okay, we're back. Uh, anyway, where were we? Yeah, the decks on the DLC, a lot of good Pokemon, a lot of returning ones, a couple of new ones, mainly different.
Some brand new forms.
Yeah, there it is.
Brand new form for a returning Pokemon that you can only catch once.
Yep.
And apparently,
It's shiny a lot.
it has a reference to the game that it's from
Yeah, and a reference to
in its
Gen
battle
4.
music. So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
I told you that, didn't I?
Gen 4, it's a reference to Legend Garcia specifically.
No. I mean, while you're looking for it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the entire thing. Like, the person that gives you the quest, she's from her lineage is from Hisui.
Yes, we know she's the relative of Adamant.
And
Hell,
the music,
she literally tells you, as my family says, time is gold. I was like, haha, very funny. Diamond Clan woman.
the music while you're fighting it is apparently music from Legend Garcia.
Yes, it's the battle theme of Legend Sources. But yeah,
I
in
don't
general,
know
I'm very much excited to go to Unova for Blueberry Academy.
Yes.
They literally leave us with a Marvel's type cliffhanger of like post everything, just a random scene, leaving it up for part 2, and then it's like continued in part 2. It's like, bruh.
I just want to know if we can do picnics in the artificial ecosystem that they got going on. I hope.
If you can do
Because
picnics in Kitakami, you can probably do picnics in Blueberry Academy.
No, but I mean, like, what if they do it like Area Zero picnic and then do it?
I think they do that.
I feel like they would.
I don't think they will. But yeah, that is at least my thoughts around DLC. Okay.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that in specific.
Alright, I
What?
guess we can now talk about life events. He was quiet, he doesn't want to talk about this because he's not interested.
I don't have anything to say because I don't own the game.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, you can ask questions.
Okay, so what should we start with? How about we can either start with War Thunder, Russia, Unity, or France.
Well, which one would you rather start with?
Let's do France because it's probably going to be the quickest.
Are
So-
you talking about the Morocco earthquake?
No. If I was talking about the Morocco earthquake, Jimmy, I would talk about Morocco, not France.
Fair enough.
So, this does have something to do with Africa, though. So this is something I learned about literally like as the stream was starting up. I was scrolling through Discord and someone mentioned it in one of my other Discords. We've got a politics and global affairs channel. So according to Emmanuel Macron, the Niger military junta has done fucked up.
The what now?
Are you familiar with the recent-ish coup in the country of Niger in Africa?
Not really.
Okay, so the country of Niger in Africa recently had a coup
Yeah. Okay.
by the military. And apparently, and basically everyone's been like, yo, it's mad sus, you shouldn't do that. There's been a whole bunch of like local shenanigans and maybe stuff going on there. But for the most part, the West was mostly staying out of it. But still very strongly, basically sending a very strongly worded letter kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're currently focused on Ukraine. But France has been the most involved because France had some partnerships in there as part of global war and terror crap, and used to be a French colony, I believe. Maybe it was like the one random British one in that area. I don't know. Not the point. The point is, that they had some diplomatic issues with the junta or whatever, and according to Emmanuel Macron, the military junta has taken the French ambassador, what's the exact term that he used? Is being held hostage in the French embassy. So, now France is basically going to have to actually get involved.
Yeah.
And I know France gets shit on a lot for its military, because they got their asses beat real hard in World War II. Basically every other time France has done anything, they have kicked absolute ass.
Because of course.
Like, France, unironically, has one of the most successful military histories in the world.
Yes.
Well, they gotta take a W somewhere, right?
They've taken mostly W's, Kane.
No, he means
They've taken, like,
on other things.
In general.
yeah, true, fair enough. Me and the boys shitting on the French, but I mean, to be fair, when it comes to the French military, they do deserve some mocking. I mean, they designed the FAMAS, a gun that fires in 3-round bursts,
That's a pretty cool gun, to be honest.
and doesn't have a magazine with a capacity divisible by 3. Yeah, but they didn't. It fires a 3-round burst, and the mag capacity isn't divisible by 3.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Like, bruh.
They forgot how to math.
Bruh.
Math is hard, hell.
Anyway, I'm sure that'll develop into something that will be noteworthy next week. But going to a completely different part of the world, how about we go to Russia? Oh, hold on, ads have started. Let's continue shitting on the French instead. Let's continue shitting on the French until the ads end. Man, Bezos puts a lot of ads on your content. We've had 2 ad breaks. We've been up for 7 minutes.
Reminder, it crashed.
When did it crash?
Earlier. When we started.
15 minutes into the stream, it crashed.
Oh,
And Jimmy blamed it on me.
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
Maybe it's unaware.
Where the, oh yeah. Actually, I suppose we could also mention Elon Musk, because Elon Musk had like his biography or something released, and a bunch of people have like looked at it and be like, really? You're bragging about that?
About what?
Him
Him buying Twitter?
sticking his fingers in things he shouldn't. It's some of the stuff related to why he bought Twitter wasn't there, but mainly because I was gonna talk about Russia, like frickin' some of the stuff he's claiming he's involved with.
Oh no.
And basically how he's meddling with it because rich
He's not
asshole.
meddling.
Anyway, main point that I wanted to mention was related to Russia. Is Russia is somehow managing to lose a naval war to a country that doesn't have a navy.
They keep making absolute fools of themselves.
Yes. So earlier this week, Ukraine successfully conducted a port strike where they damaged, in big air quotes, a transport ship and a Kilo-class submarine.
Alright.
Based on the sizes of the explosions we've seen pictures of and the satellite photograph of the wreck of the submarine, it's freaking Monty Python's Black Knight. 'Tis but a scratch. Your arm's off. No.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Apparently, something that happened also is Sergei Shoigu, some big top John. I forget exactly whatever his title is. Big guy, Prigozhin hated him, got asked in an interview, like, will we win? To which he responded by shrugging. Which, damn. Damn!
Yikes!
So, basically, So we're basically everyone's now expecting he's gonna suddenly fall out a window.
Probably, yes.
The council has awarded you a
Singular yike. And there is rumor that Ukraine also this week successfully carried out a naval drone attack on a Russian missile cruiser as well.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen anything else on it other than there's rumors that they did it. It's like, man, this is a country without a navy.
And they're still losing.
By the way, because they lost it all immediately, and it was
Maybe
like
they
3
should
ships
put down
anyway.
the boom.
Yeah. It's honestly the only reason that they haven't lost like their own aircraft carriers because it's in Murmansk. And the Ukrainians are too afraid of what's gonna come out of it if they break it. That thing is a mess and like a crypt.
I think the Russians need to put down the vodka.
Also, it'd be nice if they could
really
stop
is
committing war
digging their
crimes,
own
but
grave, huh?
yes, because apparently I saw they're basically starting to pull propaganda intimidation tactics out of like the frickin' ISIS playbook. Like, bruh. You know, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel if people are really. Yeah, we found they've like mined like Bibles and shit as traps in the areas they've left behind.
Okay.
I'm not making that up. That was something that was actually like reported on. Like a Ukrainian demining team found like a trapped Bible.
Okay.
Which,
They're really getting desperate then.
It's estimated that it's not estimated. It's basically from Ukraine is the most heavily mined place on the planet now. 40% of their territory has been mined.
That is very unfortunate.
In the wise words of a comedian that's no longer with us, the planet is fine. It's the people that are fucked.
And we're fucking the planet now too.
Well,
now for something.
The joke of the quote is the planet will find a way to recover once we're out of the picture.
Anyway, and now for something completely different to serve as a transition. I'm gonna give you all a fun meep fact for free.
Holy shit.
Yeah, baby!
As of the current year, there are 5 politicians in the United States Congress who have been in office since before Optimus Prime was released as a character.
Oh. Oh, okay. So they
Yeah. And there's another whole bunch of them who are between the time Optimus Prime was released as a character and the release of the Transformers the movie. Anyway, the next thing in the idea box to discuss, the War Thunder forums. They've done it again, boys. The War Thunder forums have once again leaked classified documents. 0 days since classified documents were leaked on the War Thunder forums. Well, it's not 0 days because this is earlier in the week, but actually, it was the day after the previous Roomba thought.
Oh my god,
Uh,
seriously?
That's when I saw it. It may have actually been, depending on how time zones work, the same day, just after the Roomba thought. Because what happened is some gigabrain decided it would be a brilliant idea to leak, what exactly was it that was leaked? I forget exactly what it was. It was some manual or whatever related to the F-117 Nighthawk. Which, if you're not familiar with what that plane is, chat, that was the original stealthy boy when it comes to planes.
Man, that sneeze was so bad it fucked up my breathing. I'm sorry.
Damn. Imagine sneezing so hard you
So,
fuck
the
up your
F-117,
body.
apparently it was like something related to some of its stealth that got leaked.
The sneezing is one of the most violent things your body can do.
Yeah, but if I sneeze, I don't fuck up my body.
I'm sorry, Meep. I did not mean to.
No, it's alright. Yeah, you can fuck yourself up pretty bad when you're sick.
I'm not even
Right.
sick. It was just something flew up my nose.
Oof. Anyway, yeah, so the War Thunder forums leaked some stealth-related documents for the F-117, which obviously means someone's getting bonked pretty hard. There was some initial debate on whether or not it was actually a classified doc that got leaked or a different document, because the previous time there was one, it actually wasn't a classified document. Someone went through, was like, no, this is you can buy this for like $15. It's publicly available.
Right.
But this was, because this was, people thought at first it was one of those publicly available documents, but it wasn't. Or maybe it wasn't classified, but it was a restricted document. I'm not sure this restricted. Either way, it's something that wasn't supposed to be posted to the War Thunder forums. Which then, you know... The thing is...
Because it's something turbo illegal to do.
Yeah. That said, F-117 stealth doc getting leaked isn't actually that big a deal. Because, I mean, they were retired from active service, like, 15 years ago, and they're, like, actively being, like, decommissioned now, like, actually getting pulled out of mothball. It's a plane that's in museums already, okay?
Damn.
And it's still better stealth than the Russians have.
You really like jabbing the Russians, bro. You truly are an American.
It's because Russia really loves to do things that makes it very easy to make fun of them. Anyway, the thing is, the F-117 though does actually have the dubious honor of being the only stealth aircraft to ever be shot down by enemy fire. Because in the 90s, one was shot down over Yugoslavia. And NATO was doing shit there. Basically because the US got really complacent and the guy operating the SAM site got really, really lucky. Because he basically turned it on while the bomb bay was open, so you could actually see it. And so they managed to shoot it down.
Damn.
And then the US was like, yeah, we don't really care if it's recovered, so we're not even gonna try and destroy the wreck. Because, like, don't care. The plane, yeah, it's stealth tech. It's like 40 years out of date already. We don't care. We don't care if Russia or China get it.
China.
This thing's already a VHS tape compared to a CD.
Yeah, it's like... The thing is, yeah, the F-117 is in service at that point. Yeah, the B-2 Spirit was in service at that point. It was running alongside it. The freaking B-2. The B-2 Spirit is a big old strategic bomber with, like, the radar return of, like, an actual eagle, like the bird.
So tiny.
Yeah. It is functionally invisible. And keep in mind, the B-2 Spirit is, like, 1990s tech. The United States revealed that it had a new stealth strategic bomber, like, last year.
I got an image from Meep. It's a meme.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Speaking of funny things
I
that
gotta
you
do it
find
that way.
scrolling through X site, check the images from Roomba Font.
Alright,
I don't
so
even know what the fuck
here's the
that is.
first
Anyway,
one for
Images
Russia.
in the Roomba Font.
There's
Yeah.
the first one for Russia, me.
he's a little confused. He got the spirit. He ain't got the spirit though.
And then, hold on, let's see if I can find it. Where is it?
Oh yeah, Andy is right now on the stream room. We fucked up to play Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I saw that.
Alright. Should we talk to the main event of this week though? The Unity game engine.
Hold on. I'm still looking for the other picture. You can start, I'm just still looking for the other picture.
So, earlier this week, if you were somehow unaware, Internet, the Unity game engine's developers announced a plan to begin charging and retroactively charge for downloads of every game that is built in their engine of like 20 cents.
Oh, I have it.
Which doesn't sound like a lot. To remember, one, they're trying to do this retroactively, like the bitch they are. Secondly, it's per download, not per copy. So it's like you already had like people on freaking like 4chan. I saw some like screenshots of it that people found of like people like, yeah, I'm gonna now go and troll all these like woke game devs, some indie devs, like write a script to repeatedly download and uninstall and download and uninstall their game to charge them huge amounts of money.
There you go, there's the second image.
So it's like gonna have like the freaking add up crap, but it's like the other thing is like the internet did not take kindly to Unity doing this. Because first of all, basically fucking
Everyone uses Unity.
everything is built in Unity. Most indie games, hold on, Unity game engine games. I'm just gonna list like the first results that come up. We have
Among Us.
Cuphead, Beat Saber, Pokemon Go, Hollow Knight, Fall Guys, Untitled Goose Game, Cities Skylines, Rust, Ori and the Blind Forest, Subnautica,
Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
RimWorld, Genshin Impact, The Outer Wilds, some others, Crossy Roads, Escape from Tarkov,
Oh,
BattleTech,
shit.
Cluster
Tarkov is from is in
Besiege,
Unity?
Cult of... What is?
Tarkov is in Unity?
Yeah, apparently. Cult of the Lamb, 7 Days to Die, Totally Accurate Battle Simulators, Kerbal Space Program,
And the list goes on and on and on and on.
and many, many more. So first of all, so
Big Daddy Nintendo
Unity
gonna
has
have a
decided
vote.
to piss off. Also, Yandere Simulator apparently.
Some of these don't surprise me.
So they've pissed off the entire indie developers, basically all of them, the weebs, Nintendo,
Big
The
Daddy Nintendo.
weebs! Not the weebs! You never want to piss off the weebs.
Paradox Interactive, frickin' 2K. They've also apparently they're planning on basically everything Microsoft Xbox Game Pass. They're gonna charge Microsoft, so they've pissed off Microsoft.
That's not gonna go well. At all.
You gotta.
You guys managed to piss off both Microsoft and Nintendo at the same time.
Microsoft's lawyers, Nintendo's lawyers, whatever the fuck the weebs are gonna do.
Fortune is going to ruin everyone.
They're gonna pull out their katanas
Also,
and say,
Paradox.
"Fuck you."
They're gonna freaking upset Paradox Interactive because they own City Skylines, and I don't think City Skylines 2 is in the Unity engine, but still, the retroactive crap. Which, first of all, it's Paradox. These are. I mean, you piss off all the Paradox fans. You do not piss off the Paradox fans. Trust me.
Wait.
They're not as infamous as like the weebs, but Paradox fans are unhinged. Just keep in mind, Paradox are the people who make Hearts of Iron, Crusader Kings, all the map games, Stellaris. You know, Paradox are the people who make. Paradox are the people who make war crime simulators. Okay.
Oh no.
which means also because they have all the storefronts, they also attract like all the LARPers and the frickin' wearaboos and crap like that.
The wearaboos? What the fuck is that?
So you have upset the wearaboos, the weeaboos, Nintendo, Microsoft, 2K, every indie dev ever basically. And and it gets funnier. Let's see. I didn't realize Pokemon BDSU was actually in the Unity.
There's a reason why I said it. I said both Among Us and Pokemon BDSP.
Saying it as a joke because of how poor the games are, but
Oh, also Blizzard. Blizzard's one of the companies that are pissing off. Granted, Blizzard doesn't have money anymore.
Poor Blizzard, dude. I used to like their games.
Yeah,
they put themselves
Blizzard's
in the
already
dirt
dead, so they
already.
don't matter as much, but, who knows, maybe all Blizzard's, independent porn artists will get in on their behalf, who knows. Anyway, so then Unity puts out the most basic-ass non-apology ever.
I gave you a tweet for that so that you could read it.
So someone like did the math, like someone like made the meme of like the industry's finally getting tired of indie devs being better than AAA, so they pull this shit to effectively kill indie gaming. Unity being like, in the case of Game Pass, it is Microsoft that has to pay for every installation. Microsoft lawyers laugh. And I made literally the entire internet, Nintendo, Microsoft, and the weebs, Unity. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. Someone went and found that it's entirely likely that this is actually them trying to cover for them, like, trying to turn Unity into fucking spyware.
Bruh.
I lost my never mind, I'm sitting on it.
Stock. Unity's stock over the last 5 days is down, but not actually that much, surprisingly.
Whack.
It's only, because this was released, when was this initially announced? The Unity crap was initially announced, like, the 13th? Okay, there was a big drop on the 13th, to be fair. It dropped from $38 to $36. It dropped $2 of stock price.
Holy
They're currently at like $36.30. They're not even down that much.
It really is.
Kind of sad, but then it gets funnier. It gets funnier.
Because guess who said the statement? Actually,
No,
who's the
it gets
CEO
better.
on Unity?
No. First of all, Wikipedia. Someone edited the Wikipedia entry for greed to include the Unity CEO, John Rick or whatever, as, quote, one of the greediest people alive.
Because he is.
I believe it.
Jimmy, can you actually put this picture? I'm putting it again, just straight in images. Can you put that on the stream, because it is hilarious?
Yes, I can. Run John
Then in the
Riccitello.
corner. So, and then I found something. Yeah. John Riccitello has. Someone did. I found something talking about it. Turns out he used to work at Electronic Arts. He used to be the CEO of Electronic Arts when Electronic Arts was on the peak of its bullshit.
Because of course.
Alright. This is the man who was CEO of EA, like, when Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2 initially dropped, when it was, like, the most microtransaction-y shit, when people actually decided, you know what, loot boxes suck. We hate them. This was the guy who got that to happen, who got the Netherlands to ban them as a form of gambling targeted at children, okay?
There you go.
This is that guy, alright? The quality isn't the greatest, but
I mean, you can
Kinda
read it well. Look at the size
it's
of
good
it on my
enough.
stream.
yeah. So, one of the things, frickin' John Richatello, or however you pronounce the name, I don't care, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong intentionally, because fuck him. In 2011, when he was the CEO of Electronic Arts, pitched to investors they'd charge microtransactions to reload in Battlefield. Alright?
Don't mind me, just found something on Twitter that I'm sharing for Jimmy.
Yeah, Bolt, the way around that is you just VPN into like Belgium or something. It's just so just the level of terrible man, the greediest motherfucker. Like freaking, this is the kind of guy who like freaking Russian oligarchs will look at it and be like, man, you're really pushing your luck. You're trying to get too much money. And the thing is, I don't even think he's like actually rich. He's not even like he's like Elon Musk or Bezos, where he actually has money. He obviously has some amount of money because he was like the EA CEO before they crashed. And like freaking CEOs in
Rest in
American
peace,
companies
EA.
make fuck tons of
Used to
money.
have good games, now it's just shitty.
Now they own the rights to good games that they've driven into the ground.
Yes.
Plants vs. Zombies.
Need for Speed.
Most of their titles, honestly. It's awful. Awful.
Awful.
Awful. Oh my god!
What?
I got into a classical raid.
No.
Yeah.
Please, for the love of God, do not cancel this one too.
I have wanted a Glasgow for so long.
God, Boys in Glasgow, what the fuck do I bring in?
Deadass. As soon as I heard that Glasgow was gonna be in the DLC, I prepared a shiny one, put it on as soon as the update came out, and gave it.
What else
Glasgow
was
is a
there
physical
that-
attacker, yes?
I think.
Okay, good. That should work.
Let me check. Let me pull it up for you because you know I keep that Bulbapedia on me. Yes, it's a physical attacker. It's also more defensive than offensive, though.
Oh right, I nearly forgot about this. Freaking Mexico
No!
claimed to have the remains of aliens.
Why is it every fucking
Jimmy, what
time I go into Glasgow raid, it gets fucking cancelled?
Meow.
I was host if I could, but I don't have the DLC on Scarlet.
Anyway, Mexico claimed to have aliens.
Because of course they do. Funny little Mexican people.
So they claim to have aliens, and basically nobody fucking believes this except like idiots. Because first of all, so they're like apparently like we're from like fucking Peru, which means alright. So why does Mexico have them? Like, of all people. Second of all, apparently the man who like presented this to like the Mexican Congress or whatever, guess what one of his previous professions was?
What?
He worked. He was a member of the cast of the hit History Channel documentary Ancient Aliens.
Ah.
So yeah, basically everyone's just memeing on it like as an obvious joke. It's like, man, Mexico, y'all really let this man embarrass you on like the national stage like this? So obviously bullshit. I don't really know what else to say on that because it was just, you know, stupid. Oh, and then I also have it here. The American Public Education System, parentheses, rant.
Ah. We have a rant, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not a long rant, it's more I just found something that really upset me. Well, two things. First of all, I'm gonna quickly pull up the stats.
What are the things that upset you?
I'm pulling up the exact numbers so I can pull it up.
You've got me scrolling through Twitter.
Oh, it's even worse than I remember.
Meep seems depressed, chat.
So, the U.S. public education system, the public education in the U.S. annually totals for K to 12, so primary and secondary school,
Yeah.
$794.7 billion are spent every year on that budget from the government, okay? Now, that's nearly $800 billion. That's a lot of money, isn't it?
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, no. Each year, federal agencies receiving funding from Congress, known as the budgetary resources, in fiscal year 2023, the Department of Defense had a budget of, drumroll please,
Hold on. I hope you can hear it.
2.04 trillion.
Oh my god.
That's over fucking double. I think that's over triple.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Reminder, the United States has not officially declared war since 1941. No country should fucking spend more money on their military than education during peacetime, let alone that much more. People wonder why Americans are categorized as fucking stupid. It's because this is our fucking education system. 3/4 of Americans cannot correctly identify the 3 branches of government.
I assume in America.
Yeah, 3/4 of Americans cannot identify the 3 branches of the U.S. government.
Which are? I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Executive, judicial, and legislative.
Okay, yeah, the same in Spain.
Yeah. The courts, the president, and the Congress.
Yeah.
Most of the states have their government laid out the same way. They're very inspired. The fucking 100% of Americans think chocolate milk comes from brown cows. It's because American education is routinely underfunded. Also, guess what? Guess what I learned is apparently one of the leading things that the Party of Protecting the Children has decided to campaign on this year.
Mm-hmm.
Abolishing the Department of Education.
Oh. Mm-hmm. That makes total sense.
Why? I say why. I have a feeling I know why.
We all know why.
I'm sure you can come up with a solid list of why.
Yeah.
Oh, it's much easier to win all your local elections and rewrite the history books to say what you want without the liberal federal government coming in and telling them you can't make historical figures read like Karens because you remove all the context. I'm not making that up. That's a thing some place have done, is turn like notable historical figures basically into Karens by removing all the context behind their actions. And there's the frickin' mess of frickin' private schools and the charter schools and homeschooling and the religious schools in the U.S. that are all just even more of a mess, which for some reason, and I say for some reason, I know the fucking reason, the government's like, oh yeah, you want to go to private school? Here's some money so you can fund it better. Oh, we've got the funny man in chat with the funny pun. Anyway, Pink Floyd approved. I think it's Pink Floyd's the people with the frickin' prism as the album cover that people keep mistaking for the gays. Anyway, yeah, friggin', because in the U.S., if you want to like go to like a private school or a charter school or homeschool or whatever, you can like go to the government and the government will give you money to like subsidize it. That money then goes to that school instead of, you know, public schools. So horribly underfunded, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
There.
I love that. There, sigh.
There are parts of the country, Jimmy, where it is not uncommon to find out that the teachers are homeless.
Jesus Christ.
Because they're so horribly underpaid. Like, average teacher salary, K-12, United States. Alright. The average K-12, the first results for Utah, because I'm in Utah currently.
Land all this Utah.
Which is apparently below average. So, across the U.S., the average public school teacher salary was $66,000 a year.
Uh-huh. A year.
A year.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Which,
No, like I want him to make emphasis because I feel like that's a bad thing.
What's something I can compare it to? Average salary, let's see, what's this? Alright, here's one. Average salary garbage collector. Anywhere up to the range goes all the way up to 51K. So, you know, not terrible. What's another thing to compare it to?
Dentist.
Policeman. What's policeman? Police officers. United States. Yeah. Police officers are like 70K. The thing is, Jimmy, it's not only are the teachers relatively underpaid. Keep in mind, to be a teacher, you need a college degree.
And that's college funds, aka debt.
Yes. Given that most teachers struggle with a living wage, let alone being able to pay off their college debt. Not to mention teachers have to deal with all the bullshit that you have to put in dealing with children and with Karens.
We know someone who's having to, Mina.
And you also have, depending on the state, you have a hostile work environment created by the state because Florida. Is it any surprises? Like, there are like places where it's like, yeah, we're having to like, we don't have enough teachers to like actually staff the classroom.
Oh, otherwise.
Like, or there's, I think it was like places in Oklahoma where the school district, yeah, we're having to go to like a 4-day school week because we can't afford to pay the teachers all 5 days of the week.
That's not gonna get better.
There was, I think it was a school district in Nevada. They said they couldn't start school because they didn't have enough teachers.
Good heavens, dude. Fucking hell.
keep in mind, America's seemingly obsessed with being #1 in education as well. Which, fun fact, ever since the data was collected, I don't think the U.S. ever placed in the top 20.
Wow.
But America's like, we're falling behind. We gotta do better. So we're gonna make education worse.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah, like freaking. Yeah, because like one of the big ones was, I think it was in like the 90s or something. There was the No Child Left Behind policy, where they basically told everyone, we're gonna make you all do these mandatory standardized tests, and if your school does worse on it, we're gonna cut their funding.
That sounds counteractive. Wouldn't you want to pay them more so they have more, materials?
Yeah, you'd think that. And then there was other things I've seen people like, yeah, when that policy introduced, I went from the freaking gifted program to special needs because I was bad at math. Like, bruh. And then you had the Common Core era, which is just infamous for the math just being really bad. It's a joke in Incredibles too. That's the whole math is math scene.
Yeah.
Is freaking Common Core math because it just makes no sense, and that got memed on like in like the mainstream media. Like there were so many like sitcoms and crap where it's like, I don't know math. I was taught Common Core. And it's like just telling the teachers what they have to teach so the teachers can't actually do it. Plus, it's so underfunded, the teachers need to have bigger and bigger classes, which means they can't actually, like, work with the students.
Bruh.
The thing is, I mentioned it earlier, the government, like, helping subsidize if you want to go to, like, private school or charter school or crap like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, that program originally was started for a very good reason. Because what it was designed to do is make it easier for you to like go to specialized institutions. Like for example, you could get some government help funding, sending your child to like, if they need it, like a school for the deaf or a school for the blind or things like that. For if you've got a child who is deaf or blind, because there's specialized schools that are designed to help with that instead of having to go. Yeah. Instead of going to the normal special needs program. Because the thing is, the standard special needs program in schools, like, yeah, that's for the people who have learning disabilities, for the people who are, like, blind or deaf. It's all that lumped into one room.
Ah.
And you would have thought it's not great. So that's why, ideally, if you can't afford it, if you have a deaf child, you send them to the school for the deaf, where there might be, like, one every other county. And obviously it specializes in all that stuff, so it costs more. Which is why that was the thing. And then people were like, ooh, we could use this so we could subsidize the government sending our kids to private schools. Which, in the US, Jimmy, take a guess why people suddenly really wanted to send their kids to private schools.
Because public schools fucking suck.
No, this was before that.
Oh. Why?
Because the big private school push happened right around the same time that the Supreme Court said you're not allowed to have segregated schools anymore.
Ah. Racism. Yippee!
Yes! Exactly! Which, Jimmy, to put in perspective how bad this was, there was like a county, I think it was, I forget which state it was in, where they just shut down the public schools and just all the affluent white people went to the private schools and all the poor people were like, sorry, you guys don't get education. And it was like that for like 4 years before they were told, no, you have to open the schools, you assholes. And it's like, the thing is, with the private schools, yeah, it's like, they on average tend to have like better results.
Yeah.
Because they get to just screen out all the people who generally don't do very well, like the poor, who, due to situations at home, are less able to do things like effectively study or have access to the internet so they can do classwork and stuff. So they get to bias their things. Plus, the thing is also they're like, private, so that means they're having to freaking slip money off the top to like pay their investors and crap because fucking America.
Yeah, it's like the more we talk, I'm like, yep, okay,
Let's leave it at that, so. We've been talking about this for so long that I've. Because I just
This
have
fucking sucks, man.
Speaking of America, the reason why we're having the Roomba Talk today and not tomorrow is because tomorrow I have lunch with the American family. Yes, I technically have family in America. Like,
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I don't talk much. But yeah, last year we saw Jose the Campo, which was another one of our family members. Like his story, like he found out from like his grandmom that he had relatives in Spain, and he went looking for us to meet them. And what the story that my father.
Please get me out of here.
No. The story that my uncle and my father told us when we were with Jose, they were going on a trip the day they met. Like my parents, my father and my uncle and my grandma were going on a trip to Norway, I think, the day when Jose met with them. So he literally met with them as they were packing the bags to go on a trip to Norway. Which I find very funny, but also very wholesome that they accepted him and welcomed them in and such. You know?
Yeah.
And like when he left, he was like, if you want one of these days, you can come and visit. I'm like, that'd be cool. You know, especially considering like, if I go visit him, he's in Cali, I may be able to meet, a couple of my American friends. AKA you and Nina. And then my dad was like, no, you're not gonna do that. I'm like, bruh.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, but even if you did, it's unlikely to be able to meet more than one of us. Is Cali big?
I mean,
And train,
I would have
and
had more
train's
than
still
one
not finished.
day. I would have had more than one day,
Spend one of the days traveling between the two parts of the state that we're each in.
The jokes aside, though, like I so much want to meet some of you people in real life. Like, bruh, I feel so isolated in Spain. Even though you live well in this country, I feel so fucking isolated. There's none of my Discord friends are in Spain. No one that watches my streams are from Spain. Like, half of my Twitch friends are either from the Netherlands or fucking America. It's like, bruh.
One of the cats are sneezing on something and my mom's unhappy about it.
Netherlands, whose flag is France but sideways.
Nah.
France. The cooler France.
France but turned 90 degrees.
The cooler France.
France but tilted.
France but high.
France but high.
Air we dropping, boys. Operation Market Guard.
You're a beta cuck and I'm an alpha gamer.
Okay, what else is there that we can talk about? Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Lee? You had a rant about the school. We had our Unity thing. We talked about the DLC. We talked about France. We dunked on Russia for a bit.
We haven't talked about the.
Or is the flag of France a rotated version of the flag of the Netherlands? I'm pretty sure France's current flag is older than the Dutch's current flag. Therefore, the Dutch flag is a rotated French flag. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Bolt. Them's the rules. It's like how Romania stole Chad's flag, because Chad's been using that flag longer than Romania has, because Romania interrupted it to use a different flag.
Lol. That's kind of funny. I guess we could talk about the direct. We had a direct a couple of days ago.
I thought that's what you were talking about earlier with the Pokemon.
No, we were talking about the
No,
DLC,
we were
not
talking
the
about
direct.
the DLCs that dropped 3 days ago.
Big brain time.
Pokemon does their own directs entirely.
Yeah, they do Pokemon presents. I mean, sometimes the Nintendo Direct talks about Pokemon things, but Pokemon has their own presents.
Yeah, Pokemon Company has their own agenda. Both literally
And currently, it's getting back at Unity for their bullshit.
So we had a couple of, let's go back to gaming for a little bit. I don't think he's sleepy. I'm pretty sure it's morning time for them. It's later for me than for them.
Yeah, it's barely past noon for me. It's 1:05.
And for me it's like, what, 10, 11 a.m.?
11.
11.
So he's 2 hours behind me.
10 if I was in Cali, but I'm in Utah, so. It's a uni.
University.
I went out to the kitchen room. Just the random thing. While Jimmy's figuring out where to start with the...
Here's the thing, okay, so the big things that happened on the other days, right, were A, we got more news about the Mario RPG. 2, we got more info on Splatoon 3 DLC Part 2. And 3, we got Mario, Paper Mario, the 1,000 Years are back! Yeah, baby!
kitchen.
We got an actual good Mario RPG, we got another good Mario RPG back, let's go!
He had to correct himself mid-sentence.
Yeah, because I remembered. Oh wait, that's a Mario RPG, which also is a kick-ass RPG game.
Wait a minute, those other things that were there.
So I got like Michael Wilson there. I have no idea who that is. But yeah, mostly it was mostly a. We also got a Mario and vs Donkey Kong remake for the Switch.
Most of what we got were remakes of specifically Mario related stuff.
You know, because the movie did well, and so they want to milk the Mario cow. Wahoo!
But I went to make some food for myself earlier and I cut myself twice at the same time.
Skill issue.
Oof.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah. I opened a can of potato slices, fire, and the way I was reaching into, I cut just around my thumb's knuckle.
Oh, you cut
And-
yourself with. Oh, you cut yourself with that kind of. Skill issue still, but hurts.
I didn't cut myself on the lid. I cut myself on the actual can,
That's why I'm saying ow.
and then I cut myself on the upper joint. You know, right next to the knuckle, directly on the joint.
Ow. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I washed my hands and hit. Fine.
Oh, Demo Man's going into Mario Kart 8
It
Deluxe.
was tasty, improvised potato chips, though.
There were bloody potato chips. And they were bloody good.
No, I didn't get any of them. Then, and neither of the cuts were big cuts.
It was a
They
joke.
were enough to make a mess, like to actually bleed, but not drastically.
Yeah, that's a joke. We're talking about potatoes and blood, and it was like, it's a bloody mess, but goddamn, were the potatoes bloody tasty. That's an age.
I've never seen that meme. Still not sure. Give me the pink nose Oshawott, damn
Oh
it.
yeah, Kane's shiny hunting Oshawott, because of course he is, he always is.
Yeah, I want a Nor-
Is there anything
There's
in the
a water
Roomba of that idea box that none of us talked about?
It's hard to find the topic that all three of us will talk about.
Oh right, I did talk about I've been told this a couple of times. You know, people asking me, and when I talk about the DS games, like I saw it on Octo stream, and it's like people think that the DS cannot connect to the internet anymore. That is completely untrue. Because
the only thing that happened is that the eShop got taken down.
No. I'm not talking 3DS, Kane. I'm talking DS. There's a distinct difference there.
Does the regular DS even have an eShop?
No, I'm not talking about the eShop. I'm talking about internet connections. You know, Wi-Fi. You know, Wi-Fi gaming.
Well, usually when they take something down from the shelves, they completely cut it off.
So, okay, let me explain before you go on ranting without any kind of basis like you usually do.
I'm not the ranter!
Anyway,
That's you two!
So, in 2014, both the Wii and the DS had their the DSi had their shops cut, and their internet Wi-Fi connections cut. AKA, you could not play on the internet anymore. You cannot play Wi-Fi. So, what people have done throughout the years, they have developed a trick, I guess an exploit, which is non-harming to your system. You can do it with any system, which lets you connect into any kind of connection, preferably, like, there's a couple of caveats, but like, you want to connect preferably to a phone connection without a password, so it's easy to connect, and you need to put two very specific DNS codes on the first and on the second one to make it work. But if you do that and it works correctly, you're indeed able to play games, or to get, for example, the other day I was playing Inazuma 11 2 Firestorm, and I was like, I wonder, is there an DNS trick for this? And so there is, you know, extra DLC, not payable content, but just DLC, extra content, extra players and such. And I checked, and yes, you can. So yeah, if anyone's curious, you know, they can ask me on Discord. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta think about it. I should probably have the Discord channel in here before I forget. But yeah, I do have a Discord channel. And Jerry. Okay.
What?
Welcome. Oh, I assumed you were gone.
No, I was scrolling Discord.
So.
Oh my god.
So what happened?
What?
I guess.
I'm sorry. I have to. Yeah.
Are you okay, me?
No, he's not.
We need to make fun of Russia again.
Let's go. We get to make fun of Russia more.
I'm concerned about me.
So apparently, freaking Sergei Shoigu, the man I mentioned earlier, who shrugged when asked if Russia was gonna win, has approved a list of diseases with which citizens will not be able to basically say, I've got this, I can't serve in the military. Apparently, including schizophrenia and being deaf.
Yes.
Because you know.
If you're deaf, you can't get affected by a grenade's explosion.
Yes,
Genius.
let me not be able to learn what the fuck my drill sergeant...
Anyway, continue.
I mean, I was mostly kind
I
of
don't
done.
think you want to continue after that.
No, it's like mostly
Talk about that.
the DNS trick is rather simple. As I said, you go into a DS game. It can be done either in a 3DS, DS, DS Lite, DSi, 3DS, 2DS, new 3DS, new 2DS, new 3DS XL, new 3DS, every single DS console. You go into the game, and you go into the, you know, the system settings or Wi-Fi. Because yes, every single DS... The funny thing is, until the DSi, DS games had to connect on their own terms. Like, if you had a DS Lite, you have to connect through the internet, through the game. to be able to play on the game with Wi-Fi, which I find incredibly hilarious. Like, reminder, this is the 2004 game console, 2006 if we're talking about the DS Lite. But yeah, you basically go there. You should have a phone in your hand or an iPad or something like that can share data. That sharing data option should not have a password, so it's easier, so you can actually connect. And then you connect to it, and then you go into the most specific settings, and you would say no and automatic DNS, and then you input the codes, which are different depending on the game. Usually the second one is either 1111 or 8888, or the same as the first one. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, because once you are, once you have that ready, you can just connect. Like, you can get and some people, specifically the Pokemon community, have made it so you can access Pokemon events from like old Pokemon events, and even Pokemon events that didn't come out in America, that were only Japan, and they even have the Arceus event. So like, you can get God in that game, technically half legitimately. I seem you two are either listening intently or just absolutely ignoring me. Which,
I am listening, but I'm also still on
Bit of
the
both.
stream and things, so.
bit of both. I mean, you guys can.
Yeah, bit of both. Little column A, little column B.
You know,
Try some of column A, try all of column B.
But yeah, it's rather simple, really. Like, if you have a DS and you want to get, I don't know, for example, you want to play Mario Kart DS with your friendos, but you can't because you don't have internet. You lie. If you have a phone, you have internet connection that you can use. Oh, ads. Can we make fun of something while ads go?
Can you look at the images room?
Yeah, cargo room.
Jimmy when he's